We call this a life, but lately, it feels like a countdown. Every passing year isn't just a number, it's a timestamp. A quiet, internal alarm reminding us of the distance between who we are and who we hope to be. We spend our days racing against the ghost of our younger selves. That ghost is undefeated. The fear isn't about the wrinkles, it's about the deadlines. The silent screaming deadlines we never sign up for. That is the subtle panic of the unlived life. Oh, did I not cook with that one? I think that was a banger right there. That was a poetry in motion. Yo, man, that could be a TikTok edit, bro, right there. My God, that was so tough, bro. I used all my brain power to come up with that spoken word right there, just to make this clip. You're getting old. The ancient Greek had a term for the fear of growing old, gerontophobia. But the fear isn't just a simple, rational fear of physical decline. It was more so a profound modern anxiety rooted in the perceived loss of control and the extinguishing of possibility. When we panic about aging, we panic about three things: the loss of potential, the loss of relevance, and the inevitability of regret. We look at the years ahead and see the windows of opportunities are closing. We will worry about if we become irrelevant in a world that is always demanding newer and younger ideas. And perhaps the most terrifying one, we worry we are running out of time to become the person we were supposed to be. But where does this panic-driven deadline come from? It actually comes from the outside world, amplified by technology that we carry in our pockets. We exist in a culture that has replaced the celebration of wisdom with the cult of youth. Think about our media, advertisement, fashion, and Hollywood. They're all pushing this one thing, which is peak success, peak youth, peak strength. All of them are found exclusively in the early decades of your life. This creates a productivity paradox. Society pushes us to achieve everything in a very arbitrary, often unattainable age. A deadline for the perfect career, the perfect family, and the perfect bank account. The result isn't motivation. It is early life panic. And then there's the digital lens. Social media is also an aging anxiety machine. Even social media, man, goddamn. Social media is giving you the filters that you can apply on your face. And these aren't just cosmetic, but they are tools to stop the time. We're consuming highly edited content and measuring that with our raw physical reality against it. We're trying to outrun time with technology, but we are simply losing that race. This hyper-focus on outward appearance and measurable success at a certain age is what poisons our perspective in life and on the years to come. To get to the root of the problem, we have to step back from the social noise. The deeper fear might be just a more philosophical one. The perception that time forces us into a terrible trade-off. We internalize the belief that in order to gain wisdom, security, and stability, we must in exchange lose in vitality and freedom. We see life as a series of forced transactions where we are always just giving up something precious in order to survive into the next decade or two. This fear is also magnified by our sense of control. Aging is the ultimate, undeniable truth that we cannot control the time. We can optimize our habits and we can optimize and manage our health, but we cannot pause the march of the calendar. This fear of loss of control is what makes passage of time feel like an antagonistic force. It turns the calendar into an enemy instead of a journal, and we become paralyzed, not by what is coming, but rather the overwhelming feeling that we are not yet ready for what is to come. So how do we escape this cycle, you might ask? We must dismantle the idea that this is a zero-sum game of constant loss. First, we must stop measuring life in time, but rather in depth. A fulfilled life isn't about the maximizing quantity of years, but rather the quality of presence in each moment. And I mean by that by saying stop trying to stack up achievements before a certain age. Instead, maybe focus on building durable skills and cultivating meaningful relationships that will get better with time also and grow with you. And the second one that I think about is embracing the seasonality, I guess you could say, I don't know if that's a word, but the seasonality of life, which is that every age is like a different season and each season has its own huge path, and the energy of spring is not superior than the harvesting of autumn or fall, some of you guys might say. And the wisdom and the perspective that you gain in your 40s are not sign of failure, but rather reward for surviving your 20s and your 30s. So we have to allow ourselves to find satisfaction in the season that we are in and not think about the seasons prior to the season that you are. Does that make sense? I was trying to make some terminology and metaphorically speaking be a little bit, philosophical with it, but I don't know if that kind of made sense. But pretty much, don't think about the past too much, man. Think about the life that you're living right now. And my last one, my favorite one, is to reject the culture of perfection. I'm struggling with it still. This video, I want it to be perfect, so I'm struggling with it. But our fear of aging is often a fear of visible imperfection. But imperfections like our scars tells a story of experience. It is also proof that life have been lived and not just been preserved. The truth is, the only thing that actually dies as we age is the illusion of boundless time, and perhaps that might just be a gift. The fear of aging is really just the fear of not having started. It's the fear of being the same person with the same regrets years from now. And low-key, I really relate to that heavy. I don't want to be the person I am today in even next year. So I think we should just let that fear fuel us and make us more powerful, and also be more intentional with our decisions. So we should maybe stop viewing time as something that is being taken from us, but rather something that is a resource required to build the life that we want. The calendar is still moving, yes, but now it's not an enemy. It's a journal. So what will you be writing next in it?